In today's video, I'm going to share with you guys some candy. Not just normal candy, but nostalgic sour candy from my childhood. Now, before I do that, let's quickly recap what happened over the last couple of years.
I used to eat a lot of sour candy whilst I was younger. Back then, I was struggling with a lot of overweight issues. However, one day, when I was probably around 17, I've stopped to consume it at all. That step was necessary, as I didn't realize what an impact it had on my body and health. But now, after about 5 years, I think it's time to give those childhood sour candy their deserved rankings.
Today is actually the first time that I'm going to that candy aisle again and buy stuff for myself, because that was also the first step I had to take in order to keep my temptation levels as low as possible. It was the same with crisps as well, but there I treated myself from time to time. But with candy, I did it rarely. I had a few of them there and then, but it was most likely offered to me. But I really haven't bought them for myself in years. Now, before I share that stuff with you guys, comment down below what your most favorite sour candy is. The problem I have with sour candy is the amount of sugar they have. I mean, look at that one. 100 grams has 51 grams of sugar and several ingredients which I've never seen. So the question is that stuff actually healthy? And on the other hand, does it actually taste as good as I remember? Because if not, I don't know if it's worth it to consume 51 grams of sugar. But you know what? Let's find this stuff out. Alright guys, first up we have these trolley sour worms. I don't know if you've ever seen them before. They look like that. This candy is from 1993. And that's the only packet I found at home. Now, I wasn't lying to you guys, because someone in my family bought it like 9 months ago, before I left for my semester abroad. So at the airport now for my semester abroad, which was actually in September last year, because if I look at the expiry date, it's the 26th of April. What date do we have? It's the 9th April today, so I mean, it's been here for a while. But anyways, let's look at the ingredients here. It has 335 calories, 46 grams of sugar per 100 grams, and 4.3 grams of proteins. That's probably from the gelatin, artificial stuff, flavoring, colorings, and stuff like that. But let's give this one a try. I'm trying to look if there's any blue ones. There we go, there is a blue one still. I can't deny, they are freaking tasty. I mean, that was also my most favorite one when I was younger. I'd say I rated an 8 out of 10. I really like the sourness, but they're quite hard, probably because they've been here for, I don't know, a year or so. But I think they had an ice cream. I can't remember how they're named, but they had those sour gummy worms inside that ice cream. Probably the one which I remember the best. It's quite rainy outside today, and I start work again next week. And that's where I try to get ahead with my content. Normally in these videos, I try to combine eating and burning these calories off. But you know, last week, this bathroom drawer broke. I don't know if you can see this, but in the corner, you see this plastic thingy here. I don't know what the company thought, putting some plastic in there to hold this whole thing together. But I guess that's a good chance to put my handyman skills to the test. Alright guys, I've got the replacement pieces. Let's time or count these calories. There we go guys, drawer is fixed. There is a leak behind there. Screws are a bit messed up. But I've burned 230 calories in 1 hour and 10 minutes. I sweated quite a bit for that. It's quite warm in here as well. But I guess I deserved my dessert now. Alright guys, next up we have the sour tongues from Red Band. I don't know if you know that brand, that stuff was fucking addictive. Because teachers ended up giving us like big packages. Maybe I put a picture up there. Like 1.2 kilo packages or 1 kilo packages of these sour tongues. And got treated with it for good behaviors and stuff like that. Now, I told you guys, I mean, I've burnt, what is it, about 300 calories in 1 hour and 10 minutes or so. So hard work, a lot of sweat, and that much equates to about 300 calories. It's literally 7 pieces. But now, let's give that one a taste test. They're quite solid and chewy as well. And it ends up sticking in my mouth a lot. I'd say I'll rate these ones a 6 out of 10. The sourness is quite decent, but I don't like the chewiness. Like, it sticks in my mouth. It feels quite uncomfortable in my teeth as well. But did you know that these sour tongues were invented back in 1967? Now, it doesn't come to a surprise, because that was the early days when these candy companies started to take over the world.
In recent years, there has been a worrying increase of obesity problems. The problem has arisen in accordance with the establishment of several popular candy and fast food chain companies. These products are often filled with sugar and artificial flavors. They have become a staple of food for many people. However, excessive consumption of the sugar treats can contribute to weight gain and various health problems. Overweight and obesity rates have been rising above the 50% mark in recent years, which is very worrying.
Now, this next comparison is not sour candy, but everyone has drank Coca-Cola in their lives before. Now, according to Harvard, the American Heart Association and the NHS, the recommended free sugar consumption is around 30 to 36 grams of sugar per person. I had to get a bit creative so you can see that stuff actually. So let's measure 36 grams here. So that, guys, oh, you can't see it. That is the recommended daily amount for the whole day. Let's see how much this Coke has. 10.6 grams for 100 milliliters. That is 500 milliliters. So it's going to be 53 grams. Now let's measure that. Need a bigger one. Now I hope you can see this. That tub here is literally filled halfway full, and that is the amount if you drink a whole Coca-Cola bottle. Now if you take the most extreme sweet here, this one has 64 grams for 100 grams of sweet. Like 64 grams. Let's just want to show you guys. So another small amount here, but that's the amount of sugar you would consume if you eat 100 grams of candy, and the recommended amount is only that big. Now, by drinking this Coca-Cola bottle or eating sour strips, for example, you end up consuming more than double the amount from the recommended sugar intake. Look, I was blinded and I didn't know what an impact that stuff had on my body, especially the fizzy drinks and candy in general. I'm not saying you shouldn't treat yourself or that you shouldn't consume that stuff at all. Moderation is so crucial with all that stuff. I've been using my channel lately to put things into perspective, but with all this candy and the chocolate I'm trying out, I simply try out 1 or 2, and the rest I most likely hide somewhere and then completely forget about it. Another thing I highly recommend to you is keeping yourself active. No, you don't need to go crazy with your physical activity. I mean, yesterday, for example, in the morning I went on a nice morning walk, and later in the evening I went on another walk, and I did approximately an hour total. But if it's rainy like today, you can go to the gym, do your cardio there, or do some weightlifting training like I'm going to do. Workout complete, guys. A solid back and biceps workout. I've been still neglecting the compound movements because of my shoulder pain, but I hope that I can get back into it. But for now, let's get some dinner and my last candy for today. There we go, my last product for today. Sour powder. It's like sour buns. Without gelatin, it's vegan. Let's see. quite sour. Oh, there we go. Very sour. Let's see how much sugar that one has. 64 grams of sugar. So half of this package would be 352 calories. But I will give it a solid 7 out of 10. I wouldn't say that I didn't enjoy these sour candies today, but I wish there was stuff with less sugar, because that was the main reason why I had to stop. I mean, all the people who have diabetes, they can't eat that stuff, and I mean 64 grams of sugar, you would probably die from eating all of that. I've been testing out some stuff, but it's not really working at the moment. I wish it would taste more like actual, like these candy, without the flavoring and stuff. But anyways, if you enjoyed today's video, smash that like button and make sure you watch this video right up here, where I eat from the most expensive McDonald's in the world.